Good evening, everyone. Michael here, and it's another episode of Beers on Beers. Tonight we're looking at session beers from mainly Ireland, but we've got one that isn't Irish tonight. So we're going to first off, we're going to start with the Stones Brewery Go to IPA, which reminds me of a French guy I used to know when I was living in London who would say, go to fuck off. So, yeah, let's start off with the Stones. German brewery based in Berlin. Lovely IPA. Not too hoppy, rather dry, very easy to drink. We're looking at let's look at the can. We're looking 4.7% alcohol. So you're kind of talking the alcohol percentage of what one of your regular beer lagers would be. It's very dry. It's got a very nice hoppy finish, and you can drink lots of them. They're very, very tasty. Now, second off is and the first of our Irish beers, and we've got four Irish beers tonight. Now, as you know, I do these after I've had a few, so I'm half cut at the moment. So next we've got Kinnegar. Kinnegar is from Donegal in the good side of Northern Ireland. So yeah. Now, the Kinnegar, I haven't had the White Rabbit before. It is first time having this. This is, let's just have a sip. Oh, excuse me. As you can see, nice cloudy colour. They call it a white IPA or white session IPA. It's not as hoppy or as flavoursome as the Stones, but it's still very drinkable. Second sip on that one. Tasty beer. A little bit sweeter. Again, like I said, not as dry. As you can see, it's got a rabbit on the can and an American flag. So my American friends, they probably like that. You're looking at a 4.5% alcohol on this one. Again, a bit lighter than what the Stones is, but it's again very, very tasty. It comes in a bigger can, 440ml can, or is it a 500? What is it? Where is it? The 440. Yeah, 440ml can. So it's also good for using for beer butt chicken, which is one of my favorite dishes to cook. And I'm going to do a video on doing beer butt chicken a little later on. Now, third up, we've got our friends from Wicklow Wolf, who are just up the road from me in County Wicklow. Now, Wicklow Wolf make some fantastic beers. They're a great independent brewery. They make a really good IPA. They make a really good red ale. They also do a fantastic Pilsner. But we're looking at the Eden Session IPA here. Oh, excuse me. So Wicklow Wolf. Yep, here we go. As you can see, it's a bit darker in colour than the other sessions that we're having today. Probably the darkest of the 5 beers that we're enjoying. Now, of the beers that we're drinking today, it's probably the least flavoursome. Problem that you have with the session beers is they can be a bit watery. It's a good try. It wouldn't be my favourite. There's no real flavour. It's beer, but it's not great beer. I mean, I will drink this, and I do drink this on a regular basis. I do get 4 packs of this at the local shop. It is lighter. It's only 3.8%. So if you're drinking and driving, which I don't recommend, but if you are having a couple of beers, don't drink and drive. No, don't drink and drive. But no, this is the lightest of the beers, and hence the lack of flavour. Once you drop the alcohol content, you lose flavour. Now, the fourth one tonight is one of my favorites. I really, really enjoyed this beer, and it's one of my go-tos. It's the White Hag Brewery, their Little Fawn. I love this beer. You can get this in pubs in Dublin. The bar attached to the Button Factory, actually, in Temple Bar, do this on tap, and it is fabulous if you can get it on draft. The Little Fawn Session IPA by the White Hag Brewery in Sligo, and I absolutely love this. This is one of my go-tos. I can drink this all night long. As you can see, nice light colour. It's very fruity. You don't have as much hoppy aftertaste that you do with some of the other session IPAs. Makes it really easy to drink. You can knock these back like there's no tomorrow. So this would be my favourite of all the session beers that we're tasting tonight. Gotta love what the White Hag guys do. I wanted to try and get their new session IPA, which is even lighter than what's the alcohol content on this one? Have I written it down in my notes? No, I haven't. 4.2%. So it'd be lighter than your standard lager. About what a Guinness would be. You can drink these all night and not embarrass yourself. Well, unless you want to, but yeah, not embarrass yourself. So fifth beer tonight is we've got the Obrother's. Now, Obrother's, again, County Wicklow. This is, again, another fabulous beer. If you can find it on tap, there's a couple of bars in Dublin that do it on tap, and any of their Obrother's beers are fabulous. As you can see, nice clear consistency. Again, it's got a nice, you've got a nice hoppy finish to it. I'm glad that I didn't break that glass. It's very, very tasty. As you can see, lovely bottle, lovely design. It's the only one tonight that I'm actually drinking out of glass. It itself is it's actually called The Preacher, and I'd recommend it. 4.6, so kind of mid range on the session beers. Very, very nice. Now, personal preference for myself would be for the White Hag. I do like the Obrother's, and I'd recommend giving that one a try. The Stones is outstanding, but it being one of the stronger of the session beers. I did want to try and get some of the American sessions in, but unfortunately, Fresh down the road, where I buy all my beer, Fresh, the Good Food Market, and they're not paying me to say that, but they do actually have a good selection of beers down there. Didn't have any of the Founders All Day IPA, which is bit gassy. That's the problem with these session beers. They're kind of a bit like lager, so you do end up burping and... Founders All Day IPA, they didn't have any, but it would probably be the original of the session beers, or the session IPA beers. You can get that on tap in most of the Galway Bay brewing pubs. I do know Galway Bay do a session beer, but they didn't have any down at a local shop. That's Fresh, the Good Food Market. Anyone in Dublin, they've got several locations. I sound like a big advert here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. So like, subscribe, you know the deal. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm gonna finish all of these off. And I've got lots of beer to drink tonight. So have a good time, have a good night, and testicles.